Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about bamboo orchid. Arundina graminifolia is a species of orchid and the sole accepted species of the genus Arundina. This tropical Asiatic genus extends from Myanmar, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Thailand, Vietnam, the Ryukyu Islands, Malaysia, Singapore, China to Indonesia, the Philippines, and New Guinea. It has become naturalized in Reunion, Fiji, French Polynesia, Micronesia, the West Indies, Costa Rica, Panama, Belize, and Hawaii. It is also called bamboo orchid. Arundina graminifolia is a terrestrial, perennial orchid with reedy stems, forming into large clumps growing to a height between 70 centimeters and 2 meters. The plated linear leaves are oblong lanceolate, with a length of 9 to 19 centimeters and a width of 0.8 to 1.5 centimeters. The apex is acuminate. There are amplexicol clasping the stem sheathing stipules. This orchid blooms in summer and autumn, showing rather open clusters of showy terminal flowers, 10 at the most. They bloom in succession on the terminal racemes, which are 7 to 16 centimeters long. These flowers, 5 to 8 centimeters in diameter, are a rosy lilac and white disc with a purple lip. The bracts are broadly triangular and surround the main stalk of the flower cluster. The occasional fertilized seed pods contain minute powdery seeds, and small plants often develop near the cane ends after flowering, which likely aid in propagation if allowed to reach the soil. At one point in time, only 200 of the plants were recorded growing naturally in Singapore, rendering the species close to extinction. This was due to the destruction of its natural habitat, namely the rainforests and mangrove forests. However, through replanting efforts by parks, the species is now listed as a common cultivated plant in Malaysia. A graminifolia is commonly called tapa and can be found in secondary forests or at forest fringes. It is very common in road cuts and other disturbed areas in full sun in Sarawak, where it is often the most common flowering plant seen along the roadsides. To take care of the bamboo orchid, you need to keep the soil moist, but refrain from waterlogging it. During winter, allow the top into potting mix to dry between waterings. In its active growth period, from spring till early autumn, feed with orchid fertilizer every 2 to 4 weeks. There are over 1,000 types of dendrobium, also known as bamboo orchid. They come in a range of sizes, from a few centimeters to around 1 meter high. Their flowers generally appear between February and June. The blooms can be tiny or large, in almost every color imaginable, and can last for up to 6 weeks. Overwatering is often the biggest culprit when it comes to plant stress, leading to root rot and eventual leaf yellowing or stem wilting. On the other hand, underwatering prevents your plant from receiving the necessary hydration to sustain its vibrant blooms and robust foliage. Although most people have an idea of where they want to plant their bamboo, one should keep in mind that most large bamboos, philostachys, do best with 5 or more hours of direct sunlight. They must be given ample water, fertilizer, and protection from competitive weeds. Arundina graminifolia is a terrestrial, perennial orchid with reedy stems, forming into large clumps, growing to a height between 70 centimeters and 2 meters. The Arundina graminifolia is a terrestrial orchid with foliage that resembles a bamboo, hence the common name of bamboo orchid. It is native to Southeast Asia on average. Orchids can live for 15 to 20 years. This is with good care and all the right conditions for plants to thrive. The bamboo orchid has long been admired in various cultures, particularly in Asia, where it is often associated with resilience and grace. In the language of flowers, this orchid is a symbol of strength and beauty, reflecting its ability to thrive in challenging environments. This terrestrial orchid is best propagated through division, ensuring each section contains at least one pseudobulb or shoot for successful growth. Carefully separate the rhizomes, allowing the cut surfaces to dry before replanting. When the flowers fade, remove these carefully but leave the stem. Often the plant will rebloom off that same stem. If several years go by, or the stem begins to die back, you should use clean, sharp pruners and cut it back to just above the pseudobulb. To avoid dying of bamboo orchid, check watering routine. Bamboo plants need consistent moisture, but should never be left in standing water. He notes, trim dead parts. As stated above, if parts of the plant are brown or dying, trim them back to healthy growth. Increase humidity. Bamboo thrives in humid environments. In summary, whilst each scenario will be different depending on the growing environment, it's generally a good idea to water your orchid every 7 to 11 days. Or more specifically, when the mix the orchid is contained in gets dry. Too much watering can damage your plant and is the most common reason your orchid will die. The semi-evergreen foliage lives for an average of 2 years. Unlike Phalaenopsis hybrid and the Cymbidium orchid, the bamboo orchid does not develop a flowering spike. Thank you for watching.